Hey guys, I'm Janet on occasion, and today we're playing the Total War Warhammer II Battle Replay. And as you can see, we're on Crusade again. I'm against the, what are they called? Little rat scallions. I'm against the Skaven. And this is an interesting one, because I'm playing under the pseudonym. Well, pseudonym? Alias? Whatever. Other name. I'm not playing as Janet on occasion at the moment. Still knocking the rust off, so I'm still just playing as random things. At the moment I'm playing as Sandy Toxvig, who is the presenter of QI, which is a TV show over here. I was watching QI when I was playing, so that happened. It's kind of unimportant. But anyway, I'm against Scribble, who is a tournament player, and he's very, very good. And I wasn't sure if he was one of those tournament players that just mucks about on ladder or barely plays it. No, after this game, I had a look to see where he's ranked. He's ranked 20! I mean, Jesus Christ. But yeah, very good player, so this was very tense. But who knows whether he's giving it his all. I mean, he's ranked 20, so he must take all of them fairly seriously. But who knows? I don't know. But either way, this is a great game, and it's a fun one. So, against Skaven, yeah, I think this is a pretty good build for it. So, I have Flagellants in the front line. Having something unbreakable is kind of nice, especially against a faction that is notoriously breakable. That's kind of nice. A ton of Free Company Militia. They don't have a lot of AP, but when there's 4 units of them, they can actually get some good damage onto armoured units. And if not, things like Plague Monk Sensor Bearers and stuff like that, they can just get so much damage in for so cheap. It's brilliant. Also, Volkmar, if we have a look down here, this will come up a lot. He has 40% magic resist, and an extra 90% magic resist when he's got Grand Soulfire going. I mean, it's only for 7 seconds, but still, he has a lot of magic resist, and he regenerates, so he can shrug off a lot of magic damage, which is very good. Skaven have a lot of magic damage. Also, I have a Witch Hunter, so Accusation is nice for hitting, you know, sort of valuable stuff, but also all the magic damage he can do, that's great, negates a load of the physical resist. Same thing here, Hammer of the Witches, magic damage, lovely, and a load of armor piercing, very accurate, so I can use that to help fight off other artillery, and you see I have some great swords, which will match up great against things like Storm Vermin. Also, I have a Jade Wizard hidden in the trees at the moment, but he's going to be able to heal things up nicely, so that's all quite fun. Also, a couple of Spearmen in the back, you know, just, yeah, it's nice to have some Spearmen. They're cheap, nice, cheap and cheerful. I don't think, yeah, these ones don't even have shields. I went for super cheap, but it's more fodder, it's all good. So, finally, over here, I have Zintler's Rights Guard. Zintler's Rights Guard, I think, are great here. Heavy cavalry can be a real pain for the Skaven to deal with, so having one vanguarded is hilarious. So, Scribble here, you see he's got some Night Runners, and some more Night Runners. So these guys, they will do a lot of damage to pretty much everything in my front line. The Great Swords have got good armor, so they won't take too much damage, but they're valuable, so I don't want them taking any. So that's the problem there. And because he's got a lot of artillery back here, there's an issue with trying to catch them, which I'll get into in a second. So he has Skrulk hidden in a tree, he has some Clan Rats, some Rat Ogres, and he has 3 Warm Lightning Cannons. Why does he have 3? Luckily, he's put them all together, so that's kind of nice. And he's got a load of Clan Rat Spears guarding them. He has more Rat Ogres, he has more Clan Rats, and he has 2 Doom Wheels. So this, to me, seems a bit silly, but also kind of terrifying, because he's got the mass with the Rat Ogres, he's got the huge amount of DPS with all of his artillery that can focus things down really easily. The Doom Wheels, absolute nightmare for any of the infantry, and you know, if these guys can focus down any cavalry like Demigriffs and stuff, then you don't really have a good counter for the Doom Wheels, so this actually all works out fairly well, and of course he can just keep summoning more rats. So, speeding things up. The problem here is thus. So, I want to get everything over here as quickly as possible, because I'm getting shot to pieces. And as you can see, 3 Warp Lightning Cannons. It's kind of tough for the Hammer of the Witches to deal with them. So, yeah, a lot more fire coming in, and the Hammer of the Witches is struggling a bit. If we look, I've taken out 1 artillery piece so far. Not great. I really need to get through them quicker, but there's just so many of them. So that's a problem. So I have to move up quickly to get on top of this stuff as fast as I can. But the problem there being is, well, these Free Company Militia, they're in a great position to be able to shoot at these Night Runners, but then they're going to skirmish away from things like Volkmar or the Great Swords in order to, you know, get away from them, and then these will be out of range, so they have to move up. So it gets to a point where, what do I prioritise? So I've got to kind of charge everything in. Volkmar's taking a ton of damage, more than I thought he would, honestly. He's taking a heck of a lot more than I thought he would. I thought, he's got 100 armour, he'll be fine. But no, he's taking a huge amount of damage. But he does have the magic resist, so it means the artillery can't get as much damage as they otherwise would on him. So that's really good. But he has taken quite a lot of damage from these guys. Luckily, they're using a lot of their ammunition. Here, Liber Bubonicus, that magic resist, really going to come in handy, but at this point I should use Grand Soulfire. So over here, I've got a ton of things shooting at the Doom Wheel. I use an Accusation on it to try and do a lot more damage. An Accusation actually works great. And then with the armor-piercing shots, the Witch Hunter, I'm doing some very good damage to them. He's managed to rout off one of my free company, but I'm getting good damage in here. Flagellants chasing off these summoned clan rats. That's great. They've been terrified by Volkmar, who's taking a lot of damage, to be fair. And Zinter's Guard have charged in. So they're getting some good damage on the clan rats. I was hoping for more and I could move on to the next thing, but it means that the rat ogres and everyone else is trying to run in to stop them. And here you can see the Doom Wheels are struggling a bit. One of them is very, very injured. The other one, not so much. Over here, the rat ogres very cleverly are going for my greatswords, which is a real problem for me. That armor piercing is bad. This sucks for me. This is awful. And a load of fire on Volkmar. You can see his healing cap already. I've had to use a regrowth on him just to keep him going a little longer, which is sort of obscene, but it's keeping half of his army busy trying to deal with Volkmar. So I'm happy with that for now, but my word, he is taking some punishment. It's pretty grim. It is pretty grim. And my greatswords are running away over there, which is very bad for me. Have some more greatswords over here, but again, they're being dealt with rat ogres. But I'm getting some free company, they're going to start shooting into them, and Zinter's Guard are going to get some good damage on the charge. Flagellants are going to have no problem fighting clan rats. Here I used a banishment to try and deal with the artillery, but it's a bit of a whiff. Did a bit of damage, but not enough. Not enough. So, Doom Wheel is coming back, unfortunately. That Doom Wheel's taking quite a lot of damage, but they're escorting off the greatswords. Here, hitting them with the ground sulfur. I should have used that defensively. My bad. And over here, a ton of my free company are wrapped up. They were trying to chase off the Doom Wheel, and that's got me really messed up. Anyway, there's a lot to micro here. There's a lot going on. So here, I've got the Zinter's Guard running away, and I'm getting some great damage onto these rat ogres. And as you can see, the flagellant's taking a lot of the damage, so my greatswords are happily fighting everything, which is great. So the greatswords will rack up a lot of kills in here, and yeah, the rat ogres are suffering horribly. Volkmar, he's still having a whale of a time. Getting shot at a heck of a lot, but it means my other stuff isn't getting shot at, so that's pretty great for me. So pulling out some of my free company, and here, Doom Wheel's coming back in. This Doom Wheel is getting shot at by my Witch Hunter and my Hammer of the Witches. That's right, I'm not going for the artillery anymore. I need to get rid of these Doom Wheels, because I'm kind of close enough to get into all this artillery now. So I'm kind of happy enough with that happening. So here's Zinter's Guard, trying to move in, getting intercepted, so a bit of a weak charge there. Bit of a problem. Volkmar's getting busy running through all this nonsense. And here, Skrulk actually got completely beaten up. Just horribly beaten by Flagellants. He only has 30 armor, so he's going to suffer a lot against a unit like that. So the Flagellants really just beat the snot out of him, which is great for me. So now everything is trying to run in here to do what it can, but I've got a load of greatswords, some flagellants that aren't going to go anywhere, so this is actually pretty good for me. Load of shots still being fired. Here, getting a nice charge on the rat ogres. I mean, Zinter's Guard, they've got a good charge bonus at 62, so getting the charge on the rat ogres, I'm going to do very well there. They do have armor piercings, they can do some damage, but the rat ogres will suffer getting charged by heavy cavalry without any support. And here, Doom Wheel is starting to run away again, which is pretty great for me. Pretty great indeed. And I've got a load of guys lined up. Luckily, this Doom Wheel seems to have been forgotten about. Thank Christ. Also, these clan rats could have wiped out my Hammer of the Witches anytime, but they didn't. So I've still been able to fire into this stuff. So more rat ogres coming in. Volkmar, 20 health. Believe me, Bonicus finishes him off. The fact that Volkmar survived that long is frankly absurd. But what is very sad is I was about to put another banishment on top of them. I clicked it, and as I clicked, he fell over. Sucks. That would have been amazing. Just a final FU to these rats. But anyway, Witch Hunter, still doing well. Yeah, still got my Jade Wizard. So I'm going to hit these guys. They're all blobbed up, as you can see. So it's not bad hitting them with the odd spell. And here, once again, Zinter's Guard is under attack. But they've still got 28 models, so that regrowth is going to be great. And amazingly, the Grand Hammer of Sigmar is still going, despite the fact that Volkmar's dead. So that's pretty great. So that extra melee attack, 67 melee attack, just as standard, you know. Then you add their charge bonus, they can do some great work. So they really needed it, though, because they need to fight this Doom Wheel. They really do. They really need to be able to deal with all this stuff. It's pretty rough. But anyway, still got a load of infantry in here. Skrulk really beaten up, which is lovely. But now he's kind of out of range of my Witch Hunter, so I can't really finish him off very easily. So here, I've got some free company wheeling around, some free company fighting some cheaper things like clan rats, and I've still got my cannon firing, I believe. Is he still going? I don't know where they're faced. They're shooting something over there, possibly the other Doom Wheel. So I really should tell them to do something else, shouldn't I? Anyway, over here you can see I've got my free company militia firing into the rat ogres, but very cleverly he's getting the night runners to charge in here to try and break them, to spare his rat ogres. And these cannons are still somehow online, and now a load of my very valuable units are starting to break. Oh dear. Oh dearie me. But anyway, Zinta's Rights Guard, still having a whale of a time running through all this stuff. There's not really anything that can get in the way anymore. And my Witch Hunter, don't have to run away. Yeah, and here you can see I use Slippery to put his melee defense up so he can help, you know, so he can keep fighting this stuff. He's not a great combatant, he's not bad, but with only 30 armor, cheap stuff can really, the damage can add up. But anyway, over here, Zinta's Rights Guard is chasing down Skrulk, which is brilliant. He did summon some units, but I just keep force pathing. So I'm going to get on top of Skrulk, and he can't really do much about it. He's trying to shoot at me with the artillery, but it's too late. Skrulk has shattered. And now I've got a load of my guys back in the fight, ready to start firing in. Free Company, not bad in melee, not bad. When you're fighting things like clan rats that are pretty terrible, so, you know. Unfortunately, though, here, my Witch Hunter is in a lot of trouble. But with most of his units blobbed up at the end there, I was able to hit all of them with a spell. So 32 kills with the Jade Wizard. Pretty good for a Jade Wizard. And with Zinta's Rights Guard charging into the remaining units, everything shatters. And that's a Pyrrhic victory. I mean, Volkmar died, but it's fine. We can get another. Right? Is that how that works? Maybe? Anyway, so here you can see Zinta's 174 kills. Wonderful. They did a fine job. And a lot of that was, well, obviously not a lot of it, but a lot of the damage they did outside of the kills, it was Rat Ogres. They're very valuable. You know, they managed to tie up the Doom Wheel at the end as well. I mean, 69 kills for Volkmar. Pretty sinful amount of kills for the Grand Theogenist. But anyway, he's dead. That sucks. Witch Hunter, you know, those accusations really helped get the initial damage onto that first Doom Wheel. Jade Wizard healing things up. Just had so much stuff that was so useful here. But yeah, the Free Company Militia, they were a great backbone. I mean, a couple got pretty focused down. I mean, one got especially focused down by the Doom Wheels at the start. But they managed to get some really good damage onto those things. They did pretty well, and the fact that they can actually compete with clan rats in melee, you know, fairly well. They did a wonderful job. I think they did great. And Volkmar, he was just the best damage sponge a boy could ask for. He took so many shurikens to the face and healed through it. He took so many shots from the Warp Lightning Cannons before he went down. He took 2 Liber Bubonicuses. He just took all the damage. I mean, he couldn't have taken more damage than he did, and because so much of it was magic damage, or non-AP damage, most of what he was getting hit by was getting shrugged off. So if all of the damage that was focused on Volkmar was focused on other units, you know, if all the artillery was going for Zinta's Rights Guard that don't have the magic resist, if the Liber Bubonicuses were used on my Jade Wizard, not the Witch Hunter, he's got magic resistance too. If he's used on the Jade Wizard, he would have gone down immediately. There's just so many things he could have been hitting instead. If all the shurikens were going into those flagellants, all the flagellants would have died immediately, you know. But no, Volkmar took it all. He just took all of it, and that's why I love him against the Skaven. He will probably die, because he's a very big target, but he's just got some great utility there with that magic resistance. And with Grand Sulfur helping him out, he can throw those banishments at anything, you know, sort of very frightening, like Storm Vermin with halberds are a constant nuisance. Not at this one, of course, but generally against Skaven. That's really great, just to be able to pin him down with something. And then, boom, waste him. It's lovely. I absolutely love it. So there's a lot of strength there. I think Volkmar's great in this matchup. And it worked out alright. Slight miss micro for both of us, to be honest. But it was one of those games. It was just a total mess. You know, that was the sort of game it was. And they're always so fun to play. It's an absolute nightmare. So, a lot of fun. So yeah, well played, Scribble. Really love the unconventional build there. I'm not sure how many people would love it. It's terrifying. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. So guys, if you enjoyed this, please do comment, like, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Have a good day, guys.